Hi everyone, welcome to this practice. I called this practice Just Breathe and Flow because we're going to be working on our breath work as we flow on our mat today. Matching the breath or aligning the breath with our movement in yoga and vinyasa yoga is just a huge part of the practice. And it has so many benefits to it. So I'm going to talk about those before we get started very quickly. So one of the first benefits is the breath is a life source. You guys, without our breath, we are not alive. So honor that breath, have gratitude for that breath on those days where you are struggling to find gratitude in your heart. Number two, it's a tool that is always with you, okay? So you can use it to center yourself, to calm yourself, and to bring yourself into the present moment. If you're anxious about the future, or if you're overwhelmed or starting to panic, just take a pause. Think about, focus on that breath, and kind of come back to your senses, right? Number three, it can help you grow longer and go deeper. So I always say inhales are used to lengthen, think expand. When you breathe, your rib cage is actually expanding. Exhales are used to deepen, so go deeper into the pose. It also contracts your body. So I'll say often when we're doing ab work, exhale, so you're contracting those abdominals as you're doing the movement. And number four, it really helps us manage our breath when we practice on our mat because we're moving at a little bit of a slower pace than we would be for higher impact, higher intensity, or running. So when you get into a flow with your breath on your mat, and then you go out to do higher intensity workouts, you'll be in that habit of moving with your breath, and it'll help you manage your breath so you're not starting to feel overwhelmed by the breath. You know, when your breath gets really high paced, you feel like you're losing control of it. It can often lead people into a panic or make them think, oh, I have to give up. You feel like you're having a heart attack. So we want to avoid that. We want to get in control of the breath and managing the breath, and practicing it on our mat is one way to do that. So let's go ahead and jump on our mats and practice our flow with our breath. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes, visualize your head over your heart over your hips. Your core is engaged, so belly button pulls back towards the spine. Corset those ribs in, shoulders away from the ears. And I'm going to introduce you to an Ujjayi breath. So this means victory breath, and it's the breath that we often use in Vinyasa flow. So before I do that, I just want you to bring your hand up to your mouth, take a big breath in through the nose, and then like you're going to fog up a mirror, go. So we're going to do that, but keep our mouths closed, and we're going to use that breath as we flow today. A couple of reasons why we use this breath is, one, it helps to warm up the body from the inside. It helps to prepare you for movement, and it also acts sort of like a soundtrack for movement as we flow and inhale and exhale. So go ahead, come into that comfortable seat, find a big breath in through the nose. As you exhale, keep the mouth closed, but find that oceanic sound on the exhale. So you probably hear mine. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Doesn't have to sound like a freight train, but that's what you want to find, that oceanic sound with the exhale. So try that again. Inhale, expands the ribs, lifts the sternum slightly. Exhale. One more time, just like that. Big breath in. Exhale. Awesome. Bring your hands out, adding movement to the breath. We inhale and exhale. Use your peripheral vision to follow the fingers as you inhale up and exhale down. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Make your way to all fours. Don't worry too much about the breath on that transition. Knees beneath the hips, wrists beneath the shoulders, all 10 fingers spread out. Head into some cat-cows. Inhaling as you drop your belly and send your gaze forward, cow. Exhale as you curve the spine. Tuck the chin, press actively away from the mat. Good. Inhale. Drops the belly, gaze forward, spread the sits bones. Exhale, curve the spine, tuck the chin, cat. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And neutralize the spine. Tuck the toes. Begin to lift the hips up towards the sky to your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. So lower all the way down, elbows tight to the ribs as you exhale. Untuck the toes. Inhale to lift the heart to baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Two more of those. Inhale to lift. Maybe come a little bit higher that time. And exhale to lower. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, engage the thighs, engage the core, squeeze the glutes, body stiff as a board. Big breath in. Exhale, press away from your mat, staying in that nice straight shape. If the straight shape didn't happen for you today, that's okay. You're in the right place. Practicing yoga in these moves, these vinyasas, the chaturangas, and all the other things that you're doing in boot camp will help get you there. Pedal those legs. Good. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. On your next inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Hands could be at your shins or your thighs, looking to find lengthen the spine and also working on lengthening out those legs. As you exhale, go ahead, soften and fold. Inhale, slowly roll it up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, articulating the spine. Chin is the last thing to rise, then the shoulders loop down and back. Beautiful. Heading into a sun salutation. Love this flow for warming our entire body, but also for matching our breath with our movements. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. So lead with your heart, lengthen your spine. And soften and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sort of moving in slow motion here. Big breath in our high plank. Exhale, lower down. You can lower knees, chest, chin. You can lower to the belly, or you can lower to a hover and then transition to baby cobra, cobra, or upward facing dog. Good. Inhale, press it back to our downward facing dog, our Metta Center downward facing dog. Few breath cycles here. One more. Then walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to stand. As you take that big breath in, you find an upward salute. Maybe shift your hips forward, find a gentle back bend, and hands will come to heart center. Beautiful. Let's add on to that, finding a sun salutation B. Core is engaged, strong mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in. Exhale, take your vinyasa, so lowering down. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. I said sun salutation B, but this is another sun salutation A, just moving faster with our breath. Good. On the exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And reverse swan dive up to stand. Next, we will do our sun salutation B. Now we got the hang of the breath, right? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink to chair pose. Coming into some more strengthening moves. Weights in your heels, gazes forward, arms are lifted flat back here. Watch for that sway back. Big breath in. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the palms. Walk the hands forward. Inhale, high plank, nice and strong. Exhale, lower down, elbows tight to the ribs. Inhale, back bend, baby cobra, cobra or up dog. Exhale takes it to that downward facing dog. Starting with that right leg, we'll lift on the inhale. Exhale, we'll step our right foot forward. Find length in the spine. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, come on down to frame the foot. Inhale, steps back. Exhale, lowers down. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, find your down dog. Right onto the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Few cycles of breath here. Practice recollecting, managing that breath, slowing the breath in our downward facing dog. It is a resting pose technically, just an active one. Good. On the exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale, find your back bend. Your half lift. Exhale, find your forward fold. And inhale, reverse back to chair. Pause here. Don't hold the breath, just hold the pose. On your next inhale, go ahead, find that length, maybe find your back bend, and hands will come to heart center. So hopefully this is making sense to you. You're getting into a rhythm, it's feeling good. When we can get into a rhythm with our breath, you can really tune everything else out and come into that interoception. What's going on in the body? Noticing the sensations of the body. Using that breath as a tool to feel more confident in our practice. All right, one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive down. Halfway lift, forward fold, walk the hands forward. Big breath in that strong plank. Exhale, lowers. Inhale, back bend. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Right arm comes up and over, left arm comes back. exhale, cartwheel all the way down. So coming down, framing the foot. Inhale, step back. Lower. Back bend. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Step through. Rise up. Open up. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. And come down to frame the foot. Left foot steps back. Lower down. Back bend. Hips high. Few breaths here. Regulating, managing that breath. Staying calm and strong. Walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And reverse back to chair. Big breath out. Inhale, upward salute, back bend. Hands to heart center. We're going to bring it down to the ground now. So come down, and I just want to show you how utilizing the breath in your stretching can really help you find more length and depth in your stretches. So let's go ahead and take our right leg and extend it out. Left foot comes to the inner thigh. Good. So inhale, sit up nice and tall. Find length in the spine. Good. We're going to take the left arm out and we're going to bring it up and over. So inhale, find that length in the spine. Exhale, up and over. Good. Inhale, find length. Exhale, up and over. Come back to center. Square up your shoulders now with the foot. So you're going to have to rotate your torso to the right. Shoulders are square with your foot. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips as much as we can and come to a forward fold. So soften on the exhale. And then come into your natural breath. So I'm not going to cue the breath here as much, but I want you to close your eyes. Notice where you're feeling tight. Where are you feeling this? Is this pulling your back? Is it really tightening your hamstrings? And as you hold this pose, you might start to feel a little bit looser. So you can use that breath to maybe inhale, find a little bit more length in the spine. And then on the exhale, melt a little bit deeper. Working on bringing our nose towards our knee. Once again, if you can, close your eyes. Visualize where you feel tight. Think of sending your breath to that tight spot. Taking deep breaths in and exhaling out the tension in that tight spot. And maybe you've found a little bit more space, so you inhale, lengthen back out, and exhale, drop it even deeper. Now, you shouldn't be feeling pain. We don't want to be pulling or yanking ourselves here. This is super mindful. You will meet your edge here probably. You're going to feel tension. You might feel discomfort, but we don't want pain. We don't want to pull the hammy, okay? Massaging that hamstring with our breath. Awesome. Let's take it to the other side. So left leg extends out. Realign, sit up tall. Bring that right leg in. First, just doing those up and overs. So inhale, up and over, find length, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Rotate the shoulders, so you're squaring up more with the foot. Big breath in. Hinge as far as you can forward from the hips. And that means if you're not hinging from the hips, you're leading with the shoulders, right? You're curving the back to get down there. And at some point you're gonna curve the back, but we wanna see if we can keep that spine straight and hinge forward more from the hips. And then exhale, melt into that pose. So my first attempt here, you can see I've got pretty good space between my nose and my knee. But by pausing, doing the hard thing, staying still, focusing on the breath, breathing, not hurrying out of the pose because it's uncomfortable. That's where you're gonna gain more flexibility, more length, more strength. And flexibility is a strength. I think a lot of times we think we need to do weights and cardio to build strength, but flexibility is definitely a strength, especially as we age and we start to lose our flexibility. That can lead to injury, imbalances. So taking this time on your mat is really worth it and valuable. All right, so let's take a moment. Inhale, see if we can find a little more length in the spine. Exhale. So that brought my nose to my knee. My elbows are still lifted. On the other side, I was able to get my elbows to the ground. So let's see if we can do that after just finding a little bit of space here. So just kind of gauging where you're at. You might be in a way different spot, but you have to remember this is a journey, this is a process. I've been doing this for a long time, very consistently. I don't say it to brag, but I say it to not make you feel discouraged if you don't have this flexibility. You're in the right place. This is where you should be, and you will get to a better place if you keep practicing. You know, you might never bring your nose to your knee, and that's okay. But as long as you continue to work on it, it's going to improve your flexibility. So one more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt. Different ways you can measure is maybe the first attempt, your hand comes all the way under the knee, the shin. Maybe eventually as you gain more flexibility, it comes down the shin or towards the ankle. Maybe eventually you can hold on to your ankle bone, and maybe eventually you can come to the feet. Maybe eventually you can interlace at the feet. And then some people even will grab a yoga block and extend it beyond so they can have something to hold on to, but increase their flexibility. Okay? All right, let's come on up out of this. That's intense. Let's cross the legs. Take a moment, find a few spinal rotations to work out any last tension that we have. Awesome. Come to stillness. Take one more moment of gratitude for your breath. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.